Today's lesson is on using variables to write expressions. The objective of this lesson is to be able to use variables to write algebraic expressions. So let's go back to that question that we had asked ourselves in the last lesson, and that is, what is an expression? Remember, an expression is a math statement. Usually it does not have an equal sign, and it can be either numeric or algebraic. So when we talk about a numeric expression, that is one that does not have variables associated with it. So for example, 3 minus 2 would be a numeric expression. 7 plus 6, just numbers. When we talk about an algebraic expression, that's when we would add in those letters or variables. So we might have b plus 2, or 3 minus a. So what is a variable? A variable is a symbol, usually a letter, that represents an unknown quantity. So when I talk about the expression a plus 2, I don't know what a is. It could be 1, it could be 7, it could be an infinite number of numbers, it could be anything. So a plus 5 is an algebraic expression. A could be literally any number in the whole world. There's nothing that tells us what it is. We just don't know. Now this is an equation. We've got that equal sign and we've got the 7. That changes things. No longer can A be any number in the whole world. Now it has a specific value. And we can figure that out a lot of different ways. You might even just know it by just looking at it. But one way that I like to teach kids is to work the problem backwards using the inverse operation. So the opposite operation of addition is subtraction. So I'm just going to work this problem backwards, and I'm going to say 7 minus 5 equals, and A is equal to 2. Now if we work it the right way, 2 plus 5 equals 7. That makes sense. So let's take a look at this one. 12 plus something equals 18. Could we figure out what B is, the value of B? Sure we can. You might be able to do that by just looking at it, or you could use the inverse operation, which is subtraction. 18 minus 12 is equal to 6, so B equals 6. We could even do a problem like this with fractions or with decimals. 5 plus some number equals 6.5. And if we think about that, 6.5 minus 5 is equal to, C must equal 1.5. These are just a few examples to get you going. We can also use algebraic expressions to represent something. So for example, if I was writing an expression and I wanted to somehow represent 5 minutes more than time t. That means t is representative of time. 5 minutes more than t would look like this. T for time plus 5 more minutes. 10 more than a number b would look like b plus 10. I'm looking for those key words in here. 5 less than a number d. That means I'm going to start with d and I need to subtract 5 because I'm looking for less than. 19 times a number g. When we multiply numbers with variables, typically we do not use any symbol. We just put them right next to each other. So this shows me 19 times g. 6 decreased by a number e would look like this. 6, and then decreased by would be subtract. 6 minus e. Again, there's no way we're going to know the value of e because we don't have any more information. Once again, the important thing to know in this lesson is that a variable is a letter in a math problem that represents an unknown quantity. It would kind of be exactly like if I said 5 plus some number, I might use a question mark, Well, now that you're getting a little bit older, we just take that question mark out and we replace it with a variable. All right, so your assignment is going to be in Schoology. Make sure you write down in your math notes notebook the definition for a variable, and also make sure that you understand the difference between an algebraic expression and a numeric expression.